Good morning and welcome to Brunch with Brian. Today is National Sons and Daughters Day. And so that's something that really I think about in terms of our real estate business. And I think about in terms of what we're going to leave behind. I mean, you think about your legacy. A big part of being in real estate is leaving your kids a great life, providing them with a great life. Now, depending where you are on your journey, I mean, perhaps your kids are still pretty young and they need a lot of financial support over the next, 18 years. You got to pay for everything and things are expensive. And even it's funny because Lynette was hanging out. We were talking to a friend and it came up that their daughter was in cheerleading, and Lynette said, "Oh, our daughter used to be in cheerleading." What was the first thing they both said? It's so expensive. It's funny, but now if you have, if your financial wherewithal is restricted, obviously you can't do everything you want to do, and you can't always provide every opportunity for your kids. So when I think National Sons and Daughters, firstly, I guess when I think of my kids, I feel a huge sense of responsibility. And maybe that's not the right way to think. I mean, I feel intense love, and I'm just crazy about my kids, and I feel blessed. I mean, we're so fortunate. In fact, let me show you. This isn't my favorite picture of myself, but the kids all look nice in this picture. And so you can see it says blessed on there. And that's the kids, and that's Dashel over on this end. So Dashel is our oldest son. He's a redhead. He's about, how old is he now? Like 30, 31. And then Kale is on this end, and he's married to Amy now, and he's 28. And then Trinity, she's 23, and she's working as a nurse, and we're all really proud of her. Really amazing. We're so lucky and that we got sons and daughters, because we almost stopped. We almost didn't have the right timing. And then you think back, wow, if we didn't have a little window between opportunities there and say, okay, this is our chance to try to have a girl, and what if it would have been a boy? So we really feel so blessed by God and the universe to get such a wonderful sons and daughters and have a wonderful family. And that's really the blessing, because sometimes I look at, I have a couple of people that we work with. There's one guy I used to work with, and he and his wife, they're nice and everything. And he makes a lot of money. I mean, when you're training people to do real estate, you're making money in real estate, plus you're, making some money in the training process too. So you tend to do okay financially, but then you think, oh, they never had kids. And I thought, well, what's the point? I mean, what's the point of making all the money? Because you can't spend it all. You're not going to spend all your money, and we're never going to spend all of our money. So what's the whole point of it? The whole point of it, what, leave it to, charity? That's great and everything. But I mean, leaving a legacy, and maybe even leaving a legacy that's so powerful that your great-great-grandkids are still feeling the repercussions. Talk about sons and daughters, and then grandsons and granddaughters and everything. And so how is that possible? Well, the easiest way that a normal person can have a huge financial impact on their family long term, especially long term, not as much maybe in the short term, is having buy and hold cash flow creative financing properties, the ones that you're hanging on to for a long period of time. And you can set it up, and I talk about this sometimes, and you can set it up as a family limited partnership. I want you to talk to whoever does your estate planning, if you have an attorney that does that, and tell them that you want to set it up so that your kids will inherit your properties, but that the way you set it up is that their kids will inherit it after that, and they can't sell the properties. Okay, the whole idea here is that you don't have the properties get sold, because somebody along the way could just sell them and just spend the money. Okay, but what if these houses, what if you bought 10 houses in the next, I'm looking at a window between now and the election. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen after the election. I mean, that might impact the economy in some way, but until the election, I think we have a really strong window, and the economy is just perfect for doing what we do, and the employment is high. So, this is the time to try to make some hay. So what if you bought 10 houses in the next 15 months before the election? And these were buy and hold properties. Even if you bought them, and the idea, of course, when we're doing the creative financing is to get into these properties relatively light, almost making money when you're buying. Okay, and most people think, well, I'm going to have to put, 20, if I'm going to go get financing, I'm going to have to put 20% down. And then there might be some other costs, closing costs, and then my tenant who I put in there is just going to give me first and last month's rent, which won't be very much. So remember, when you change the paradigm, when you do a lease purchase exit strategy, then hopefully you're closer to breaking even. And sometimes when you can buy houses on seller financing, you can negotiate little or nothing down. And also, don't forget that 1031 tripling plan. If you are selling a property that you used to have as a rental, all the profits that come out of that are going to serve as down payments on your next properties. And so you won't have to come up with that cash. And so you can get into properties and be like cash neutral or even cash positive in the beginning. Okay, we have a lot of comments going today. Hey, everybody, happy Friday. Oh, great to see you, Robert. Always great to see Tony and Caleb. You guys are great. William, good to see you, William, top of the morning. And so, guys, I think that good morning, Charles. Great to see everybody on Friday. We always have formal dining room Friday. You guys know that. And so I'm always in the formal dining room on Friday. So when you're planning, the best thing you can do for your kids, obviously we want to have, feel that intense love for our kids. Sometimes you care so much and you want their life to be good. And so you kind of get frustrated if you think they're not making the right choices. And fortunately, our kids have done really good with their lives, and we've been very lucky. But one of the best things you can do is if you're successful in real estate, if you're having success and you demonstrative success, some will want to get in right away. Like right when you find real estate, if your kid's the right age and sort of interested in real estate already, they might say, well, can I learn this stuff while you're learning it? And can I try to help you with it? And can I get on the phone? I mean, some kids are really into it, but a lot of kids are unsure about it. They don't necessarily have a big interest in real estate. And so that's someone you got to bring along. You can't force it on them. You can't say, here, come on this appointment with me or do this with me if they don't feel like they want to. But the key thing is when you start showing paychecks, when you have success, then obviously people are going to want to, your kids are going to want to know what you're doing, and they're going to be more interested and hopefully maybe get involved with your business. So we do work with both of our sons, and Trinity's a full-time nurse, so she doesn't do a heck of a lot with us, but when we get a house, sometimes she'll come out and help us stage it or help us with an open house just for fun. And so it's great to have the kids around. Fortunately, when I think of sons and daughters, so lucky that so blessed. And then one of my big plan was, okay, we got these 3 great kids. I don't want the grandkids to be, 1,000 miles away. So I was hoping that it would all work out, that we would all live close to each other. And as it sort of has worked out, Trinity moved away to Boise. Kale moved away to Chicago for a while, but they both moved back. And now all of our kids live within about 2 miles of us. So we play pickleball together every Sunday, and we do a lot of other family things. We went to go see Mission Impossible with the kids the other day. So it's great that, hopefully if you have sons and daughters, but today is the day for sure to reach out to them. If they are not in your area, today is the day to get on a video chat. That's a great thing about video chats. I mean, that's really revolutionized the way you communicate, and you can really stay in touch with your kids if they're distant and you feel, if you can see them. It's the eye contact element, and that's why it's good for business too. I encourage you guys, when you're talking to sellers or anybody you're working with, another investor distantly, say, let's do a video chat, and make sure you look good and everything and have a nice background, but it's much more of a connection. So connect with your kids today if they're not within huggable distance, give them a call. This is the day to call and touch base, tell them how much you love them and appreciate them and how special they make your life and how happy you are when you think about them. And so that's just a real special thing. And you know, so if you're blessed enough to have sons and daughters, today is the day to celebrate them and for sure reach out to them and touch base. I love my sons and daughters. Okay, we love our sons and daughters. Let's all say that. We love our sons and daughters. That'll be our affirmation for today. Okay, because we love them and we want to help them in every way. And so that's why we try to stay positive and show them the way as a good role model. We love our sons and daughters. Ready? 3 times on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We love our sons and daughters. We love our sons and daughters. Yes, we love our sons and daughters. Yes. Okay, now deep breathing. Let's do 3 deep breaths in. Good one. Hold it a little bit and let it go. You know, do something this weekend with your real estate and see if you can include your sons and daughters, a son or daughter in your business, and let them see what you're doing as you're growing. Another deep breath in. Hold a little bit and guess what? We have our very first grandbaby is on the way. I think I probably already told you guys that, but around Thanksgiving, Kayla and Amy are having a baby, so we're very excited about that. Okay, one more deep breath in. Good, and always a big smile, and let it go. Awesome. All right, great job, and I will be back with you on Monday. Let's have a productive weekend, and like I said, maybe involve your sons and daughters, let them listen to you, do some calls, or you know, in an encouraging way, see if you can involve them a little bit if they're interested. And again, as you grow in the business and you have success in the business, they will be drawn towards being more interested in possibly working with you. That's a wonderful thing when you can work with your kids and share a lifestyle with your kids and leave them a great legacy through real estate. So until I talk to you on Monday, keep expecting success, getting awesome training. And of course, as Lynette always tells us,